Sure. Hello everyone. Welcome to Blue Doors Saturday Lives. Last week we had our beloved teacher Kim explaining us the Blue Door Yoga's teacher training program, and this week we have Jesi, and we are going to have a conversation. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Ozlem, for doing this.
Oh, thank you, Jesi. I'm excited to learn more about the Blue Doors Yoga Teacher Training Program, and tell us about what sets this program apart.
So Blue Door, of course, is my baby. I've created it, and it was something I'm very passionate about, and the teacher training program is no different. What I've created is a program that I think marries East and West. Mm-hmm. So I put together a program that gives you all of the depth of the traditions of yoga, Ayurveda, spirituality, philosophy, Sanskrit, learning a little bit about the culture as you move through the program, since I'm Indian.
Exactly.
So that's going to be woven in, because there are so many parts of yoga that are culturally Indian, and unless you've been raised in that culture, it doesn't always make sense. So I can shed a little bit of light on that. Yeah. And then we're bringing in the West with my alignment-based training through YogaWorks. So that is really, I think, a good program that is complementary and holistic. So that's what we tried to create.
Wonderful. So tell us more about the teaching theme, because it's super impressive.
Yeah, we have the best of the best out of the Bay Area. So Barbara Brady and myself are the lead trainers, but on top of that, and we're very, very complimentary. Barbara's going to give you from her Rod Stryker student base. She's studied with Rod Stryker as well as a lot of other big yoga names, but she is Tantric Yoga and Para Yoga, and she is going to be giving you that philosophy, subtle body, spirituality, mantra, chanting, all of that. And I'm going to be, as I said, giving you the alignment-based YogaWorks stuff. But then we also have my teacher and my mentor, Nikki Estrada, who I'm super excited about. And I asked her, you can teach whatever module you want. She chose to teach how to teach beginners. Wow. She says that's near and dear to her heart.
And the hardest.
Yeah. So teaching beginners it's not as easy as it sounds.
Absolutely.
It is actually a lot harder than teaching a experienced yogi. So she's going to be doing that module, and then we have Erin Cookston, Jana Barkin is going to be doing pre and postnatal. We have all of the Blue Door teachers on board, and they're going to be taking up whatever is their passion and they feel they need to share with the world. So the modules are really very specific in that the teachers are teaching their strengths.
Wow. And if somebody is interested in the program and wants to learn more about these teachers, everything is on the website.
Yes, it's all on the website under our offerings and yoga training programs page. So you can look at all of their bios, and you can look at what weekends they're teaching and what they're doing, the syllabus. I don't know if it's on the website, but if you're interested in the program, we can have a cup of tea and I can give you all that information.
Now, I have to say, this is really a super unique program. I am doing my own teacher training right now, and I looked around. Thank you. And it's like, you usually get a one way of teaching whatever your lineage is, and your program exposes the teacher to a very experienced teachers that are from different modalities. Yes. So tell us more about how you created this program, what stands out.
It goes back to my philosophy that yoga is for every phase of your life. And I feel like we've kind of gotten away from that in the West. I feel like there's so much emphasis placed on power core, hot yoga flow. And that is so far from the traditions of yoga. So I really wanted to embody what Blue Door is all about, is that you should be able to do yoga from the moment you're born to the moment that you pass on to your next life. And that is how we've set up the schedule in the regular classes in the studio.
Absolutely.
From prenatal to kids yoga to yin and restorative and all of the other stuff in between. So I really wanted my program to model this. Yoga follows you through the phases of your life. And a teacher needs to be able to teach to those phases of life.
Absolutely. And I mean, it empowers the teacher such a broad range of areas that they can teach. So it gives so many tools.
Right. So we have yin, we have a yin weekend, we have a restorative weekend, we have an inversion weekend, we have a shoulder weekend where it takes prenatal, postnatal, Ayurveda, anatomy, of course. So all your basics, but so much more.
Right. But as a student, so I'm going to ask you a little bit in details here. How do you retain all this information? I mean, I need something more than just presentations, which I'm getting at my training right now. So
what we've done is, this is why I've created an extended weekend format. The extended weekend format allows you to be there for the weekend, absorb the information in an intellectual way, and then you have 2 weeks before the next meeting to come into the studio because you have unlimited yoga with the program.
That's huge.
I know. That's huge. A lot of studios are not doing that. They've dropped down to either just yoga with the trainers or 1 time a week. And I don't think that's good enough. You really have to immerse yourself. So yes, you get unlimited yoga from April through October, which is the duration of the program. And with that, that's when you start to embody and live the practice and live the teachings. And you can't do that in a cram school type of fashion, and you can't do that if you don't have access to the teachers outside of the training.
And do the students get a manual?
Yes. So they get a Blue Door manual that is copywritten and it's by Blue Door. You have amazing textbooks that you're going to have. And those, I still use my textbooks from my teacher training. And they're my reference guides and my resources. So we have really good textbooks, not only on how to teach Hatha Yoga, but also all of the philosophy, Dasikature, and the Yoga Sutras, all of that. You're going to be learning those. You're going to learn them in English and Sanskrit. So don't be intimidated, but it's super cool.
Yes, no, fantastic. Now, another thing, one of the weekend programs is all about Ayurveda.
Yes.
And that's also super unique.
Yes.
Let's take a step back and maybe start with what Ayurveda is and how it relates to yoga and why yoga teachers need to know about it.
Right. So Blue Door, in addition to being a yoga studio, is also a wellness center. So our Ayurveda doc, Dr. Dandekar, is going to be teaching the Ayurveda portion. And what Ayurveda is for those of you who are unfamiliar with it or know a little bit about it, it is the sister science to yoga. So it was created 5,000 years ago. It's the oldest form of medicine in the world. So it's older than Chinese medicine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it is part and parcel part of yoga. You can't separate Ayurveda out of yoga because just like you can't separate Indian culture out of yoga. It's all part of what was created in India and it's part of it. So Ayurveda is about constitutions, and in Ayurveda they're called doshas. So each of us has 3 constitutions that are part of us. Some are stronger and more dominant than the others. They are kapha, pitta, and vata. And every living thing in the universe, trees, animals, everyone is made up of those 3 constitutions. Along with ourselves. And the constitutions are also in the seasons and also as we age throughout life. So what we're going to be doing is as we go through the weekends, I'm going to be bringing Ayurveda in as I teach. For example, summertime, if you're a Pitta personality, which is a fire water personality, so you tend to be more on the hot side, passionate, fiery personality, fiery inside as well. And so when summer is a Pitta season, so like attracts like in Ayurveda. And so when you're a Pitta and it's Pitta season, you want to actually pull in cooling elements. And so you want to eat more like salads and things like that, which are cooling and airy to counteract all of your fieriness. Yeah.
And how do you bring that to the yoga class?
So when you're, say, sticking with the Pitta theme, so when you're a Pitta personality and you're in the Pitta season, you want to do cooling poses. So you want to do forward folds, which are cooling.
Yes.
You want to do a lot of poses that are on the ground, which is kapha. So you're absorbing the energy of the earth instead of all of that fire. So kapha is water, earth.
Yeah.
And it counteracts fire, water.
Yeah.
And vata is ether, air. So you want to bring in more vata, more kapha to counteract the pitta. So we'll be doing...
That sounds fascinating.
Yeah, so you can't even separate it out from the poses. The poses are energizing, heat building, back bends. So if you're a pitta and you're already feeling out of balance and fiery, then you want to not do back bends because that's going to increases light.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring you more out of balance.
Wow. I mean, this is just the
tip of the iceberg.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Fascinating.
So I think a lot of people aren't aware of how integrated Ayurveda is into the yoga practice.
Yes. And I mean, even if you are not teaching, to have this knowledge as a life practice is huge.
Yes.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
Now tell us a little bit more about what the students should expect in terms of commitments from this program. So yes, I want to do the teacher training. It sounds wonderful. The program is great. Am I going to study 10 hours a week? Am I going to, who is this for?
So this is for everyone who has got a yoga background in that you're not brand new to yoga. And you know that you're ready to go deeper.
Okay.
Go deeper into the yoga postures, the yoga philosophy, the spirituality, and all the different modalities of yoga. And also it's for anyone who wants to just learn more about themselves in their yoga practice and go deeper into their personal practice. So it's for teachers and it's for the personal enrichment of the yogi. So it's for all of those people. Commitment-wise, you can make it what you want it to be.
Right.
We are going from April through October, so yes, it's every other weekend. It's a commitment in terms of time, and I was just having a conversation. I had a cup of tea with a student who's interested yesterday, and I said, yes, it's a commitment in time, and there's never ever going to be enough time.
Yes.
Time doesn't start falling out of the sky. Money doesn't start falling out of the sky.
Yes.
So if you're interested, you just got to bite the bullet and do it.
Yes.
You got to just say, this is the time, this is the program, and I'm going to do it. As far as how much time you're going to have to put into homework and stuff, it really is very individual.
Okay.
It depends on how you learn.
Yes.
And I went way beyond in my teacher training. It was the same type of format, extended weekend format. I went way beyond in that I was so excited by everything. I was reading everything.
Yeah.
I was going and doing yoga once to twice a day.
Wow.
Because, I know. I'm a bit of an extremist.
Wow.
So it really is whatever level you're at in terms of time commitment, it's you put in what you can and what feels right for you. So it's not anything that's going to be overwhelming.
And I think Kim's interview touches that too, because she had a full-time job and still did this, and you have parents who are signed up for the program.
Right.
And tell us about the class as it's forming right now, and maybe that would be a good way to
So we've got a teacher training group right now who is indicative of the demographics of Blue Door, from young to old and everything in between. And it is for anyone who knows that they want to go a little deeper. So we've got a few spots left. So if you're interested, I would definitely say contact us and get ready to have a cup of tea, talk about it, and get into it. And sign up for the program because we've only got a few spots left.
Oh, wonderful.
I know. So we're excited by that.
When does it start again? April
7th and 8th is the first weekend, and the last weekend is October 20th and 21st, which is my birthday weekend.
Oh,
so,
super.
I know. So,
Yes.
yeah. And we're going to end on the last day with a big old Indian feast. I'm not going to cook it, I'm sorry.
Oh,
but
wow.
we'll bring it in. And,
I'm coming.
I know. You can come. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Great.
So,
before we finish, one other thing I think is important is meditation.
Yes.
So is there going to be meditation? Is it part of it? Is it
Yes.
apart from it?
yes. So, every class, every weekend class is going to end with chanting and meditation. And Barbara is going to be leading that. And you know what? I have to talk about this because Ozlem just taught a class yesterday. She taught a community class yesterday. And she did a compassion meditation, which was a Buddhist meditation.
Yes, yeah.
And I loved it so much, I immediately jumped online and I checked it out. And in the manual, I'm including a compassion meditation.
Beautiful.
Because it moved so many people
Yes,
yesterday.
yes.
And it was so unique and so wonderful that I figured it needed to be part of our training material for you guys, because it's going to take your you need to have different meditation styles and see what fits you. So I'm going to give you in the manual, I've got a few articles that cover a few different styles and techniques of meditation so that you can really start working on that. But yeah, you inspired me.
Oh my gosh, so nice to hear it.
So yeah, and then there is one mantra that we're going to do throughout and end with every single meeting, and that's in the manual as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesi.
So, yeah.
This is just such a beautiful program you created, and I know how hard it is, and you have put so much work into it. So lucky students, so jump on to those last spots.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much,
You're
Ozlem.
so
I'm
welcome.
so glad that you're a part of Blue Door, and we do have the best teaching staff in the Bay Area. We're really lucky.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Namaste. Oh, thank you.
Namaste.